Good evening, my people. Hope we are doing very, very well. We have got a little vlog going down for this week's YouTube video, which I feel like I've not done in a while. I've been documenting my training, educational content. I thought, why not do a little vlog? So we've got a little weekend vlog going down, a weekend in the life of an online coach and natural bodybuilder, as you can see by the BMBF top. And is often trying to get absolutely massive. So that's exactly what we've got going down this weekend. We've got two sessions at two different gyms that I've actually never trained at, which I'm looking forward to. Training with two of my clients as well, which will be very, very nice. So right now it is Friday and it is 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning. I have got one more check-in to do actually before I head off to the gym. We are training at Elite Fitness today, which is actually, again, a gym I've never trained at. It's in Ayrshire for the people who, live in Scotland, live in the area. But just making my pre-workout and intra-workout concoctions. I just had my pre-workout meal as well, which will pop up now what that was, which was just the usual chicken and rice, sushi rice, 150 grams of sushi rice, 50 veg, 110 chicken breast, and then 100 grams of pineapple. Which realistically, I don't think that meal honestly changed throughout the whole of my off season. I can't really see that changing, even the amounts. Yeah, had a pre-workout meal. We're two meals deep into the day. Also, I'm not going to be taking you to a full day of eating, but I'll just pick up the camera throughout the weekend, which will be exciting. But pre-workout concoctions. So pre-workout, we've got half a serving of Turbo Pump, and then we've also got half a serving of Supplement Needs Dr. Dean's Pump Formula. And honestly, the only reason why I do half a scoop of this, not like a full serving of one, is because I think you can read that. It says, tastes like shit, but it works, which is honestly pretty spot on for the turbo pump here, which is engine and muscles pump product. So that's what we've got going on in pre-workout. We've got an upper session today with Brody at Elite Fitness, which I'm looking forward to. Elite Fitness, so it's a sort of new gym, but they've got a decent bit of kit, so I'm excited to train there today, which will be good. And I'm a big fan of getting in-person sessions in with clients as well, like even just to practice, to go over things in person when it comes to posing, even just training things like, yes, I review their footage, when they send across training clips. However, it's just a little bit different in person. You can just go into, a little bit more detail, go in real time the improvements to make, and it is just extremely beneficial. So, yeah, that's what we got going on there. And again, me and Brody are actually training the same session today. Last time, we were doing different sessions, so we can actually get a proper session this time, which we're looking forward to. But yeah, got one more check in through this morning. So my mornings consist of, the immediate priority work that needs to get done, which is my client check-ins. Get them sent over to them first thing in the morning, so they have their plans for the day if any changes are being made. And again, it's sort of the work that involves the most focus. So that's why I do it sort of first thing in the morning. Intro workout. We've got Naughty Boys Amino EAA pick and mix flavour, very, very good flavour. And we've also got 25 grams of cyclic dextrin. So the EAAs here are just to spike MPS halfway between my pre and post workout meal, just because it is a longer gap between those meals. So just to kind of evenly spread out the MPS spikes throughout the day, which is usually about 2 to 2.5 hours between each meal and each MPS bite for myself. So yeah, that's what we've got going down. I shall get this ready. I've also got my post-workout meal prepped here. I was going to say for the journey, but I usually prep it anyway, just in terms of ease and meal timings there. So that's what we've got going down for this video. This weekend, I'll take you through, again, one more check-in, then we'll hit the road, and I shall see you when we're on the road. I think I've got like about what I would say it's like a 45-minute drive, so perfect timing. So let's get it. We are en route. We have got a 32-minute drive left. It was about a 35-minute drive, so I actually just left, which is absolutely lovely. Sun is out. Summer is on the way. We've got the lemon sherbet pre-workout that I'm sipping on. Life is goddamn good, but just wanted to come on here and entertain myself for the drive. But something I was just discussing as well, and that check-in that I just did there, was off-pad meals, off-pad eating. So I know a lot of people, especially when they come on board with myself, like they've just got a lot of anxiety around off-pan eating. And I think it just comes from a couple of things, but just a sort of lack of knowledge on how to go about off-pan eating, how to handle off-pan eating. So that's just something I wanted to go over here, because I do actually get fairly often as well, on Instagram, especially when new clients come on board, as I said, like, it's something that they're just not clued up on. And like, they just have so much anxiety because they're scared that it's just gonna, fuck their progress pretty much. But
It is just about how you go about it, how you handle it. So, for example, let's say, it's a training day. You're eating 3,500 calories on a training day. You're going out for an off-plan meal, preferably knowing sort of the rough calories that you're going to have, especially, picking a restaurant, obviously, if you know where you're going, having a look at the menu before, and as well, like, when you go out, you don't need to have a 5-course meal. I feel this is a bit squinty. I don't know what it's happening with DJI's mirror, but you don't need to have a 5-course meal. You can just have a meal out, especially when you're going out for off-plan meals as well. Go for the social occasion. Do not go for the food. Enjoy, the time spent with family, with friends, etc., and actually be present as well. Okay, so that's the biggest thing. There's actually, what are you doing for your off-plan meals? Are you just ordering a takeaway in, eating it by yourself, or are you actually going out having regular social occasions for these off-plan occasions? So if you can, pick the restaurant, kind of pick what you want before, so you have a rough sort of kind of rough idea of how much calories you're going to be eating. So again, let's say you eat 3,500 calories on train day, and you know that the off-plan meal that you're going to be eating is going to be 1,000 calories. Okay, if you are replacing one of your meals for the off-plan meal, let's say that meal's around 700 calories, I would just simply take away 300 calories from, one of your other meals or a couple of your meals pretty much. And with that, you have ate the exact same calories as you would have. Now, the problem comes with off-plan meals when you eat, too high in a surplus. So you eat in an excessive surplus for that day because you've had that one really, really large meal. And again, you do not need to eat everything in sight. Control yourself, eat a meal, enjoy it, enjoy the social occasion, and move on, okay? So that's sort of how I go about it in regards to banking calories. I would just try and, if you can, sort of estimate and have a rough guide, and try and eat the usual calories that you would that day, so you're not eating in an excessive surplus. And again, that's the problem that comes with off-plan eating. Why it ruins people's progress is because they eat too high in a surplus, and what that does is that'll put their daily and weekly surplus very, very high and a lot higher than it needs to be, which will put them in either too high of a surplus, and therefore they will just gain a lot of unnecessary body fat, or if they have, their baseline food will have to be brought down to maintain a sort of slight calorie surplus across the week. Okay, so just be smart with your off-plan meals, plan ahead if possible, and you'll be completely fine. Again, most of my clients have regular-ish off-plan meals, on a weekly basis, on a bi-weekly basis. Again, it's very person dependent, goal dependent. I have different sort of protocols for different clients because I know how they sort of, because I know for a lot of people it can bring a lot of anxiety. So, it's very person dependent again, but there is a smart way to go about it. So that's pretty much how I go about that. And as well, when it comes to insulin sensitivity, one of the quickest ways to reduce your insulin sensitivity, so become insulin resistant, is by eating a large amount of calories in a single meal. That is the quickest way to blunt your insulin sensitivity. And again, we know how important that is in your push-ups towards staying lean, towards the food, the surplus you're eating actually getting used for fuel, for recovery rather than fat storage. So there's a little educational gap for you. I shall catch you when we're at the gym. Today's session will be upper session, more push dominant. I will get a couple sets filmed on, go through the whole session. Again, this is sort of going to be a weekend vlog. So I'll take you through a bit of that. We'll go over some poses as well. You can sort of see how we're looking, I'll update where we're at in regards to the off season as well. Week 14 of the off season now, and honestly, nothing to let you update you on. There's been no changes since the last time I picked up the camera, and we're simply just in the off season, progressing. Body weight's just trickling up. We're in a good surplus. I'm enjoying it. We're progressing. We're growing. We're getting larger. We're sort of just like at this minute as well in the off season. Like it's pretty much just regaining lost tissue from prep, especially sort of how sort of brutal my prep was in a sense. We did lose a bit of tissue there. So, these first initial months anyway will be spent just regaining lost tissue and prep. And then from there, we'll be putting on new muscle that we have never had before. So that's where I'm at. Things are going really well. I'm plodding along. And again, a lot of prodding on the minute on my clients. Starting prep. Again, I'm doing a much conscious effort of, getting a lot of in-person sessions with my clients who are obviously sort of nearby. And again, that benefits their process a lot as well. So that's all. Enough yap. I shall see you when we are at the gymnasium. Let's get it. We have arrived at Elite Fitness Ayrshire. It is honestly in the middle of
butt fuck nowhere in Kilmarnock. There's a nice little drive on little countryside. I think it's down here. Got a free day pass as well, which is absolutely lovely. They knew that the BMBF Scottish 2025 teen champion was coming. That's a joke, of course. Yeah, free weekly pass. Don't mind that at all. And I shall show you where we're at. Boom. It reminds me of Dorian Yates' Temple Gym, walking down the stairs. But yeah, we are here. Upper session. Let's get it. Tidy little gym. Give you a little tour. It's like all like in a compact little area. It's absolutely dead as well. As mentioned, starting off with lat raise here. Hopefully you can hear me through the speakers. But yeah, tidy. Got a little lay priest and all. She got a little lay priest. So much better, mate. So much better. Yeah. See, when you're in that contracted position, when your arm's just like this, like you're getting so much more like, you see when you're pulling like this, mate, that's probably why your arms and fucking biceps have exploded, because the way you're pulling with it. Like, again, I mean, the goal here is lats. We don't want biceps, that's it, but again, I mean, your back has been exploding as well, but your arms always have been exploding. Like, it's so easy to just pull your bicep, and when you're in that flex position, like your elbows really flex, like you're just pulling your biceps at that point, so that's so much better. Nice. Leg posing's a lot better as well, like sort of hiding that adductor gap. Shape's coming through so much better. Very happy. Fuck yeah, man. Look at those delts, mate. Fucking hell. Very nice. Drop that back shoulder. There you go. Fucking hell, mate. Yeah. Chest has grown so much. Side tricep. This is the money shot, is it? Yeah, that's it. Good. Mate, hamstrings as well, mate. Look at that fucking arm. Holy shit. Fucking hell, Jesus fucking. Right, upper session wrapped up. We have got a 40-minute drive home. Hopefully you can hear me as well, because I'm using the DJI mics because my mics is over there. But yeah, 40-minute drive home. Big fan of Elite Fitness, full of sort of side backs, Atlantis. They had the strength shock T-bar, which is really good. Some respectable ego lifting going down. Some stacks taken as well, but very good session. Very good gym. They've got the post-workout meal going in on the way home here, which is rice, beef, kimchi, veg, and then pineapple as well, which is lovely. Now, when it comes to your post-workout meal, you don't need to, as soon as I finish workout, I need to hurry up and eat. It's not really like that, When it comes to sort of replenishing your glycogen stores, which obviously you sort of deplete during your session, it's going to take around like 24 hours for them to replenish. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter there. However,
the reason why, you know, the main reason why I have, you know, the majority of my carbs or my higher carb meals of the day, pre and post workout, is just because that is when I'm going to be most insulin sensitive. So, you know, actually utilizing the carbs more. That's kind of main reason for that. But you don't necessarily need to hurry up and, you know, eat carbs post workout to recover, etc. That's not really how it works as well. And a lot of people really underestimate how much carbs and the size of their meals that they actually need to fuel your workouts. You know, realistically, 0.5 grams to like a gram per kilo of body weight is realistically all you need. I do have more than that, but it does digest very well. So that is upper session wrapped up for the day. Today's obviously Friday. Tomorrow we've got lower hinge day at the flex unit, which I've also never been to as well, which will be very good. So I'm going to eat this, drive home, and I shall catch you later tonight, most likely, to see what I'm up to. So yeah.
Don't think someone practiced their posing. Classic prejudging just went down. Got my final meal here, which is 50 grams of cream of rice. Let me just show you what we've got going on. The absolute peak setup right now. We have got 50 grams of cream rice, 50 grams of rice flour, 100 grams of raspberries, 100 grams of blueberries, and 20 grams of 100% dark chocolate. The combo tonight is Naughty Boys salted caramel and Train by JP white chocolate coconut with the cream of rice in there. I just absolutely love it. That is my favourite flavour of cream of rice. But classic prejudging went down. The live stream cut off right before first call outs, but I think I've just tried to kind of catch it here. I think it is between Wesley and Menegatti for top two in the prejudging anyway. Obviously tomorrow's final, so they need to come back, but honestly the sort of main guys in that first call out I think was Mimoli, Menegatti, Kim Angel and Wesley, and all just look very, very good. I do have Wesley Vissers winning, Menegatti second, and I'm going to put Mimoli then Kim Angel, but Mimoli and Kim Angel is very close, and again the top two is very close as well. It's very close. They're all on at prejudging today anyway, so obviously tomorrow we'll be continuing this vlog on and we'll see how that goes. We've also got open tomorrow, so yeah, pretty goddamn good. I am a big fan of Wesley's physique, to be honest with you. I think it is just that unique, very, very classic physique. I'm a big fan of, and obviously I'm very excited to go to the Arnold's as well this year as well, going to the UK one, and hopefully Mike will make that one and he'll actually make weight. But that's what we've got going down. The time is 7 PM, bedtime is 8:30 PM, and I shall see you tomorrow. Actually, one last thing before I head off to bed. I know I was joking about Sam Sulek's posing, but in all seriousness, practice your posing. Even all the guys that I've got competing next year, they do rounds. I've got them doing rounds post workout to practice their posing now. Like posing is genuinely one of the hardest things of a bodybuilding prep, stepping on stage. It takes a lot of time to get down and perfect, if that is even a thing. Like how you display your physique is so important. I generally cannot put into words how important it is, and do not neglect it. And if you have aspirations to step on stage, practice your posing now. Regular rounds, especially posing endurance, that takes time as well. And again, when you step on stage, you'll be shocked by how many rounds you're doing. I remember at the what show was I? Want to say the MBW. I did like good 4 or 5 rounds in a row, and even when you're not in poses, you are being judged. So you need to make sure again your transitions are good, you're posing your strengths, you're hiding your weak points, etc. It is so important. Even for clients who don't step on stage, I don't get them to practice their posing, but in check-ins I'll kind of go over posing tweaks, because how you show off your physique is very important as well. So that's all. Practice your posing, learn from Mr. Sam Sulek's mistakes, and practice your quarter turns as well. It's not just a front double and front lat contest. But yeah, that's all from my end. Blue light blockers on, steps after the meal, magnesium down, and it is time to wind down for a very, very good sleep for tomorrow's hinge day, which I'm looking forward to. So I shall see you then. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The sun is shining. Let me show you this. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful morning in sunny Glasgow. It's bloody freezing though, that's why I've got like 500 layers on. But yeah, today is Saturday. The time is 7:15 in the morning. I've been up for a good hour and 15 minutes so far. Cracked on with this morning's check-ins, which is, you know, how my mornings sort of usually look before I go train. Consists of getting back to client messages, any sort of training clips from last night, and then cracking on with the day's worth of check-ins. Try to get all my check-ins done before I go train as well, as that's what I like to do. Kind of clears my head, you know, the main bits of work for the day done before I go train. So, hinge day today at the flex unit, which I've not been to before, which I'm very much looking forward to. With one of my clients, Leo, woke up today as well, as predicted. Wesley got the classic win at the Arnold's, which is very cool. And again, I'm a big fan of his physique, and Nick looked absolutely insane. Martin looks a bit off as well, just I don't know if it was his peak or if he wasn't just in condition, but he just does look a little bit off, unfortunately, which is a shame. And then Hadi and Andrew, I just don't think they were 100%. Yes, he's prejudging, but again, finals today. We'll see if Nick is able to replicate that look. But I'm a big fan of that look that he put on stage, to be honest with you, and I do think he could have the win. But that's enough of the Arnold chat. What I want to come on here and talk about is your mornings. You know, how you start your day is so important. And a common thing that I need to go over with new clients who come on board as well is just your sleep habits. So the time that you go to bed and the time that you wake up is honestly the easiest and one of the best things you can do towards very high quality sleep. Your body loves routine as well, and that's sort of kind of why I'm out, you know, for a morning walk here, getting the sunlight exposure, etc. Setting that circadian rhythm, which is going to get my body, you know, in check for the day. You know, my body now knows when I'm outside getting this sunlight exposure, okay, it's time to start a day, it's time to wake up, etc. The body gets going, and what that does is when it comes to the time to wind down for bed, your body knows that it's time to kind of wind down for bed. It starts to get tired, etc. It starts to get sleepy. It starts to wind down automatically. So that's the importance of actually getting out, getting that sunlight exposure. And obviously, when I wake up, it is pretty dark outside. So that's why, you know, I'll wait. I get pretty much an hour's worth of work done, then come out once it's sunny outside, and that still does the same thing pretty much. But first things I would recommend you do when you wake up is hydrate yourself, get out for some sunlight exposure. There's no better way to start your day. You know, if you start a day snoozing your alarm, scrolling on social media, you're already a few steps behind, you know what I'm saying? So start your day off productive, start your day off good, and I promise you'll feel so much better for it. But I'm going to get my day started. Again, I like to just chill out in the morning walk here. Sorry about like a 15 minute walk. Just no phones, just me in my head, thinking about the day, thinking about what's going on, what I'm grateful for, etc. You know, the peaceful walk to start off the day. So that's all. Then gonna get cracked on with the check-ins, have meal one, and I shall probably catch you when we are on the road later today to train, because I am conscious of the length of this video because I feel like I did yap quite a bit yesterday and it is a weekend vlog. So good morning and I shall see you soon. Pre-workout meal going down, check-ins are completed, coming at you with a little digestion tip as well. So something I do and I recommend to all clients as well is being present with your meals. So fun fact, the digestive process actually starts before you even take your first bite of food, okay? And I cannot even go into the importance of how important it is to keep your digestion appetite firing in your off season, okay? So what I like to do is when I come to my desk, put a little something on, and I just sit with my meal for a couple of minutes before I actually start eating it. You know, when you're smelling the food, you're seeing the food, you know, you start to get a bit hungry, etc. You want to eat it. Just sit with that feeling for a little minute or two. That goes a long way. And like right now, like I can feel like my saliva in my mouth. Like I want to eat the meal, and your digestion is so much better with that because the digestive process actually begins. Okay, so there's a little tip for you as well. And you know, a mistake that I made in my off season, and I need to go over, especially with new clients as well, is like people really underestimate how much food they actually need to grow. You do not need to be in a large surplus. You know, when you get to a point in your off season, well, realistically, you want to avoid this spot. But if you get to a point in your off season where you're literally force feeding food, you have anxiety around your meals, you're not hungry at all, you don't want to eat, etc. when you get to that point, your growth phase becomes so unproductive because you're not actually utilizing the food towards your performance, towards your recovery, and it's not actually being digested. You can only eat what you can only use the food that's actually being digested. If your digestion's completely off, let's say someone's eating 40 calories, the other person's eating 40 calories. However, one person's digestion is skewed, it's horrible. They're not going to be utilizing the food as well as the person whose digestion is perfect, but they're eating the same amount of food, okay? There's a massive difference, and realize, I've been to that spot in my off season where, I'm literally throwing up on a weekly basis. Like, I've literally pushed the limits because I'm eating a lot more food than I need to be. And again, things like my routine were off, things like my digestion was off, my appetite was completely off, and those go hand in hand, okay? So those are two things that you need to keep in the best spot possible, no matter what phase you're in, but especially in your growth phases when your goal is to add new tissue, okay? And I've been there where I push it to the max. And again, that is not the most productive spot to be in when it comes to your growing phases. And these are all mistakes that I've made that none of my clients make, because I've made those mistakes and I've learned from my mistakes and realised that within your own process, you're going to make mistakes, but the ones who continually take steps forward are the ones who learn from the mistakes and don't make them again. Hinge in the cards today. I'm going to eat this pre-workout meal and I shall see you at the gym.
Let's go. Good brace. Get tight. Switch on now. Good. Easy. Let's go. Yeah, good. Good brace. Stay tight. Good. Now we go. Let's go. Good, good, good. And again, keep it tight. Let's go. Everything you've got. And drive. Yes. Good. Yep, let's go. All the way. Lock that. Yes, all the way. Beautiful. Good fucking shit. Good fucking shit. Absolutely beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful. Oh! Oh! No! 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 Take that, mate. Take that. Take that. Ooh! 170 for 6, I'll say. Happy with that, 'cause I don't like different setup. Actually, the bar felt surprisingly good. I could tell, like, see for me as well, like, a bouncy platform just, like, totally just doesn't work for me. So I was really trying to, like, let it settle, you know what I'm saying? But two very good sets, mate. Two very good sets. Two very good sets. Take that, mate. Take that, mate. The amount you've been progressing on that, like, we're starting to see it in the posterior now. I just fucking cool. And just like, mate, more of that and the rate that you're progressing. I've said it, I'll just say it every week to you, but literally all we need is time, mate. All we need is fucking time. It's a great spot to be in. So, whew. See, when you start prep as well, what will be like really beneficial will be the fact that like we can have in-person sessions, in-person look at you, like, mate, the difference that makes is like big. Because like, like, even like with training, like, you've improved your training a lot just by sending clips and stuff, but even in-person session is a little bit different. Like, see, like, you're trained to a very high standard, but when you do train with someone, it just it's that little bit more, you know what I'm saying? That's very, very beneficial. It's just enjoyable as well. Like, for someone like us who like loves their training to get after, like, it's just fun as well. Yeah, when it comes to prep, like especially in peak week stuff like that, it'll be really beneficial. And like today as well, when we go over posing, like again, like we know that's something you need to improve on. So, and it's like it is hard to like in check-ins, like yeah, yeah. Good first rep, good brace. Let's go. Good, easy.
Good. Get in a groove now. Yes. Let's go. Good. Still easy. Good. Now we switch it on. Now we switch it on. Let's go. Yep. Still more there. Let's go. Good brace. Yes. And again, and again. One more. Let's fucking go now. Big fucking legs. Let's go. Come on. Everything you've got. Let's go. And drive. Yep. Work for it. Work for it. Work for it. Good. Beautiful. 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 Yep. No! No! And again. Oh.
Yeah, still you, still you.
No! Oh, mate. The depth in getting that is silly. Yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah. It's that squat press. Yeah, yeah. Like sometimes, like the angles on it can be like a, cause it's almost like a curve. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking beautiful. See, when I say like a leg extension, I will always listen to something that's like a fucking like classical song that just like my mind's at peace. But like, the thing is, well, like, the thing about like training to like the highest standard is, like, a lot of people think like hardcore training's like shouting and screaming, but it's putting like all your aggression into the rep itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, see people who are like screaming from the first rep, like they're just wasting energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like find that balance, but again, like you've found that balance between like, especially sets like that, like it shows, it shows. And again, like see like now we're in person now, like when you send videos, I can tell that you're still training very good, but see seeing it in person, it's like just confirms it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I've had like literally zero complaints across this whole session. Okay. Which again is a great spot to be in. Like you don't realise it well, maybe, but see with clients, like you've been working together for like 60 weeks now, like you've literally took on the feedback, like everything. Because mate, like you'll probably experience this in the future, but you have clients who have been working for you for like 8, 9 months, and like you're just telling them the same fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like people think getting a coach is just results, but all it is them telling you what to do and you're just doing it. Like, oh, bloody beautiful. Posing thing. Hold that there. That's so much better. Very nice. This, bend this more and sit down on it more. There you go. Bend it a little bit more. Your knee. Yeah, yeah. And then this toe, dig it into that midfoot. Yeah. And then,
Oh, I actually.
yeah, you can see a lot more, see? And then this knee should be driving it. There you go. Like, drive. So, this is, yep. So much better, mate. So much better. You can see that there. And then hit the pose. There we go. Fuck yeah. That's beautiful. And see that arm? Think about just, like, digging it into the lat as much as possible. Then twist over more. There you go. Beautiful. Mate, look at the fucking chest striations, mate. Side tricep, sorry. Float it out. Yeah. Monstrous. Monstrous. See, you can see the hamstring drop a lot more, can't you? Mate, like, the difference.
I was always trying to dig my toe in, but I
Yeah.
didn't realise I
Your
was
knee.
that
Yeah,
against my
yeah,
foot,
yeah, yeah.
and it makes it all. I couldn't actually balance
Yeah.
right there.
So much better. A little bit more, so twist to this side. Yeah, be a little bit more like side on. Your hips back, okay? So hips back, and try like while you're doing that, try and like contract your hamstrings at the same time. If that makes sense. Good. Contract the hamstrings. Good. Good. Contract hamstrings. Contract hamstrings. Yeah, mate, look. The fucking density in your lower body there, mate. The thickness in there, mate. It's a good shot, mate. Like, even the lower back fucking striation, mate. But you can see just like, it's a little bit uneven. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's much better.
Much better, mate.
Already,
Much better. Real that spread. Good. Chest up, chest up. There we go. Contract hamstrings, contract hamstrings. Fuck yeah, mate. That's not what I did for, mate. That's what I posted, mate. Very happy with that. Very fucking happy. Grown very well, mate. Grown very well. Like, see, even now I'm looking at, like, I'm surprised about how your low body looks. Even after training legs as well, like, you know what I'm saying? Very, very happy. Ladies and gents, that is the session. Wrapped up a very, very good session with Leo. Yeah, very, very good session. Some very, very good sets. I'm sure I'm going to feel that little assisted rep I took. I don't think I actually got it filmed on the back off leg press, but very, very good session. Deadlifts went well. Great to, meet Leo as well in person. First time meeting Leo in person, having a good session. We got up for it. It's always good to train with clients again. I mean, really, I say all my clients I train with just have a real passion for training. It's very, very good. And I think that's something we discuss in person as well. But post-workout, drive home, the exact same as yesterday. That's all bodybuilding is. As you know, it's pretty much my days are very, very similar, and that's exactly how you make progress. Very happy with how Leo's looking as well. He is making an absolute shit ton of progress. I'm very, very excited for the rest of his, gaining phase that we have ahead. I think we've got about 26 weeks of gaining. Actually, I had his check-in this morning. Then plan a little pre-prep diet, which works out very, very well timeline-wise. And then little gaining phase, then prep begins for him. So again, just making sure we're keeping the urgency high for Leo as well, but all my clients who are competing next year, it's very easy to almost get complacent. You think it's so far away, but it's really not, and the work starts now. So yeah, I'm conscious of how much I actually got filmed over these past 2 days, especially with training twice. So that's all from my end. That is a weekend in the life of Bidon, an online coach, natural bodybuilder in his off season, getting fucking massive. But yeah, train at 2 different gyms, Flex Unit Gym, amazing gym. Again, where I stay is literally in the middle of so many good gyms, and it is pretty tempting to get a membership here, to be honest, especially some of the upper kit they have. You're almost spoilt for choice, and I'm spoilt for choice with the gyms I have. But yeah, that's all. I'm hungry. I need to get home, do some work, get this edited, and chill the fuck out. So that's all from my end. Thank you very much for watching as always. Stay tuned for next week's video. The weekly YouTube videos in off season continue. Make sure to check out the podcast. Make sure to follow Instagram, bra.ndonfitness, branded fitness with a little dot. Make sure to follow there. And if you're interested in online coaching, there will be a link in the description of this video, or you can head over to my bio and my Instagram as well, and you can have access to my WhatsApp as well if you have any questions or want further information regarding coaching. Let's get it, boys. Have a good day, have a good week, get after your goals, be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Good night.